everyone! Welcome to Nana's Kitchen, where we make learning fun and fabulous. Today we're diving into something super important, fire safety in the kitchen. It's time to get seriously safe, so put on your chef hats and let's get cooking. Safely. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join us on more exciting adventures.
Alright, safety stars, let's talk about flammable items. These are the things that can turn your kitchen into a danger zone if you're not careful. You know, those things that can catch fire super easily, like oven mitts, kitchen towels, and even those cute little pot holders Nona loves so much. They might look harmless, but trust me, they can be a real hazard. It's like a major no-no to leave these cuties near the stovetop. Seriously, it's just asking for trouble. Think about it. You're cooking up a storm, maybe making Nona's famous spaghetti and meatballs, and things are getting hot, hot, hot. The last thing you want is a fire breaking out. Now imagine if your favorite oven mitt was hanging out right next to the burner. It's a recipe for disaster. It could catch fire, and then your whole kitchen would be like, totally not cool. Flames everywhere, and not the good kind. We want to keep those flames in the pan where they belong, not on your oven mitts. Controlled flames are fine, but uncontrolled ones? No way. So always, always, always keep anything flammable far, far away from the stove. It's a simple step that can prevent a lot of trouble. I'm talking like a safe distance, people. Not just a few inches, but really far away, like across the counter or even on a different planet if you have to. Better safe than sorry. Safety first and looking fabulous second, right? Because nothing looks better than a safe kitchen. Let's keep those kitchens sparkling and fire-free. A clean kitchen is a happy kitchen, and a safe one too.
Okay, my little chefs, this next tip is all about being super responsible. We all know the feeling. You just finished whipping up a delicious meal, you're stuffed, and the last thing you want to do is clean up. But guess what? Turning off those appliances is like the most important step. Think of it this way. Leaving the stove or oven on is like leaving a giant fiery disco ball unattended. It's just asking for trouble. And we don't want any uninvited guests in our kitchens, especially not the kind that can start a fire. So promise Nona you'll double-check those appliances before you even think about grabbing dessert. It's a simple step that can prevent a major disaster. And who knows, maybe while you're at it, you can even bust out a little dance move to celebrate your awesome safety skills. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite food group, pasta. It's delicious, it's versatile, and it can also be a fire hazard if you're not careful. You see, when those long, delicious strands of spaghetti are hanging out over the edge of the pot, they can actually catch fire from the burner below. It's like a scene straight out of a cartoon, but trust me, it's no laughing matter. So how do we prevent this pasta-fueled disaster? It's simple. Make sure all of your noodles are swimming happily in the water while they're cooking. No stragglers allowed. Think of it as a pasta pool party, and only the noodles who are fully submerged get to join in on the fun. Safety and deliciousness can totally go hand in hand, and that's what Nona's all about. Okay, my little firefighters, this next tip is super important. We all know that oil is essential for making tons of yummy dishes, but it can also be dangerous if it gets too hot. If you ever see oil smoking in a pan, that's a sign that it's about to go up in flames and you need to act fast. Now here's the thing, never, ever, ever pour water on a grease fire. It's like the worst thing you can do. Water will just make the fire bigger and spread it around, and that's the opposite of what we want. Instead, stay calm and remember these magic words. Smother that flame. The best way to put out an oil fire is to cut off its oxygen supply. You can do this by quickly and carefully covering the pan with a lid or a baking sheet. Oh no, a fire in the oven! This can be a really scary situation, but don't panic. It sounds scary, but don't worry, my little baking buddies. Nona's got your back. Fires can happen, but with the right steps, you can handle it safely. If you ever see flames inside your oven, the first thing you need to do is stay calm. Panicking will only make things harder to manage. Freaking out won't help anyone, and it might even make things worse. So take a moment to collect yourself. Instead, take a deep breath and remember these simple steps. They can make all the difference. First, turn off the oven. This will stop the source of heat and prevent the fire from getting worse. That's right, just hit that off button and step away from the appliance. Safety first. Next, keep the oven door closed. This is crucial in controlling the fire. I know it's tempting to peek inside and see what's going on, but trust me on this one. Resist the urge. Opening the door will just give the fire more oxygen to breathe, and that's the last thing we want. Oxygen will only make the flames grow. By keeping the door closed, you're essentially suffocating the fire and giving it a timeout. This helps to control the situation. And who knows, maybe the fire will get bored and decide to go out on its own. Sometimes a little patience is all it takes. But just to be safe, it's always a good idea to call for help from a grown-up, like your parents, a neighbor, or even the fire department if you need to. Never hesitate to ask for help in such situations. Microwaves and dishwashers are like the superheroes of the kitchen. They save us time and effort every single day. They make our lives so much easier. But just like any superhero, they have their own set of rules that we need to follow to keep everything running smoothly and safely. So, let's talk about microwave and dishwasher safety. First up, the microwave. This handy appliance is a staple in most kitchens. This magical box can heat up your leftovers in a flash, but it's important to remember that not everything belongs inside. Some items can be dangerous. Metal is a big no-no. Never put metal objects in the microwave. Putting anything metal in the microwave, like aluminum foil or silverware, can cause sparks and even start a fire. It's a serious hazard. It's like inviting a lightning storm into your kitchen, and that's not a party you want to throw. Safety first, always. And speaking of things that don't belong in appliances, let's talk about the dishwasher. This machine is a lifesaver for many households. This cleaning champion makes washing dishes a breeze, but it's important to keep flammable items out of it. Safety is key. Wooden utensils, plastic that can melt, and anything else that could catch fire should be washed by hand. It's safer and prevents damage. It's like a VIP section for delicate dishes, and only the coolest customers are allowed in. Treat your appliances with care and they'll serve you well. Toasters. They're the breakfast heroes that give us perfectly crispy bread every morning. But just like any kitchen appliance, they need a little TLC to stay safe. Crumbs are the #1 enemy of toasters. Those tiny little pieces of bread can build up over time and actually catch fire if they get too close to the heating elements. It's like creating a tiny tinderbox inside your toaster, and that's not a recipe for a good time. So how do we keep our toasters happy and fire-free? It's simple. Clean them regularly. Make sure to unplug the toaster before you start cleaning, and then gently shake out any loose crumbs. You can also use a pastry brush or a dry cloth to wipe away any stubborn bits. And here's another tip. Always unplug your toaster when you're not using it. It's like giving your toaster a little break and preventing any accidental fires from happening. Lighting a gas burner might seem like a simple task, but it's important to do it safely to avoid any accidents. Remember those long matches or lighters that Nona uses to light the stove? Well, those little flames can be tricky if you're not careful. First things first, always make sure the burner is turned off before you try to light it. It might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people forget this crucial step. Next, light your match or lighter away from the burner. We don't want any accidental explosions. Now here comes the fun part. Slowly and carefully, bring the flame towards the burner, making sure to keep your hand as far away from the gas as possible. Once the burner ignites, you can blow out the match or turn off your lighter. And voila! You've successfully lit a gas burner like a pro. Ouch! Burns are no fun, but they can happen sometimes, even in the safest kitchens. If you ever burn yourself while cooking, the first thing you need to do is stay calm. Panicking won't help, and it might even make the burn feel worse. Instead, take a deep breath and remember these simple steps. First, run cool water over the burn for several minutes. This will help to cool down the skin and stop the burning process. Avoid using ice or very cold water, as this can actually damage the skin further. Once the burn has cooled down, you can gently pat it dry with a clean towel. If the burn is small and superficial, you can apply an over-the-counter burn cream or ointment to help soothe the skin and prevent infection. And there you have it, my little safety superstars. We've covered everything from preventing fires to handling them like pros, and I couldn't be prouder of you for taking your kitchen safety seriously. Remember, being safe in the kitchen is all about using your common sense, following these simple tips, and always being aware of your surroundings. And who knows, maybe one day, you'll be the one teaching these tips to your own families. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and keep on cooking up a storm. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends so they can stay safe in the kitchen too. Thanks for learning fire safety with us. Remember, being careful in the kitchen keeps everyone safe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more tips and tricks.